everybody, and welcome back. Today is Wednesday, March the 6th. It's kind of late, as you can see out the window. You can't see anything out the window. It's after 8 o'clock. But I need to start working on some raised flower beds that I have planned for the vegetable garden this year. I am building and collaborating with our good friends and neighbors on a vegetable garden that's right now I think it's 26 feet by 26 feet. It's 7 individual 4 foot by 4 foot square raised beds. 4 feet by 4 feet is a good size that you can reach in to the bed and harvest or take care of the plants without actually walking on the flower beds. So it's for a vegetable garden. This wood has been in here over a week, kind of acclimatizing to the shop. And even though it's March, I need to start working on this now. So I got 10-foot pieces. If you notice, the keen-eyed observers would notice that this is not cedar. I'm just using regular construction grade lumber. The cedar is literally 3 times the price for the wood that I have here, and between my friend and myself, we kind of said that that's kind of crazy for that budget. I know I've seen people use pressure treated wood. I think that's what that is. These are old shelves that were in here. And I guess you could get away with it. I'm just not keen on the chemicals that they use in the pressure treated wood to preserve it. So what we're going to do is use regular construction grade lumber, and I'm just going to seal it. So there's a chance that it will rot. Well, it will rot much sooner than cedar, but we're not talking 2-3 years. We're talking probably 7 to 10 years before I would need to change it. And I'm pretty sure it's not going to be all of it that's going to need changing. It's probably going to be 1 or 2 pieces, depending on how well it gets sealed. Anyways, what I'm going to be doing is cross-cutting these on the miter, and depending on how straight or warped the wood pieces are, I might rip them down the middle and then rotate the pieces so that the grain of the wood is not going all in the same direction. I've heard some people say that this helps, and other people says it doesn't. It really depends on the environment that the wood is in, but I think it will make it easier. So I'll be cutting these. I think these are 10 inches wide, which means 9.5 nominal. And then I'll be adding the 2x4, which is 3.5 on top. So the total height of each bed should be 13 inches. So, which is a good soil depth for the vegetables. Most things that you're going to grow in a vegetable garden aren't going to need any more than 12 inches of soil. If you want to get really crazy, you can move that up to 16. And anything higher than that, because I've seen beds that are 24 inches, 2 feet in height. Number one, that's going to be a crazy amount of soil, and that gets expensive. And you're probably not going to fill it all up with soil. You're going to pack the bottom with wood or whatever, then fill it up with soil. So once you start hitting 24 inches and above, that's more for comfort height, like for an elderly person that can't bend over to do the gardening. So you want something a little bit higher. So we're just doing 13 inches high, and that should be good. The shop isn't completely put together. There's still items in here that need to move out. But like I said, I need to get started on this, so I'm just going to set up the miter saw and put it on its mobile base and move some stuff out of the way and start cutting. I'm not going to be able to do all of the cuts that I want to do. I'll probably just do the miter cut saws tonight, considering the time, and then tomorrow or whenever I will come back and then rip cut them, the large pieces down the middle. If I am going to do that, I haven't 100% decided on that. And most likely I will probably end up jointing the pieces before putting them together. I plan on gluing the pieces together. So the 9-inch piece, well, the 9.5-inch piece and the 2.5-inch piece, putting together. I don't just want to stack it one on top of the other, like one on top of the other, like that, and just nail it together in the corners, because we're going to lose soil through the gaps. So, which is not good, and that the gaps will help trap moisture and everything else. So I'm going to glue it together or laminate them together. Probably end up using some biscuits to make the alignments. So I want the sides of the raised beds to almost act like solid pieces of wood, and to kind of look like solid pieces of wood from a distance, instead of looking like, oh, you glued pieces together. But we'll see what the final look is. Hopefully it's not overkill for what I'm doing or too much work, and aesthetically I think it will look better. Anywho, let's get at it.
So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right.
I just wanted to pause for a minute and show you what I was talking about by putting the two pieces of wood together. So this is a larger piece of wood. This is the 9.5, and this is the 3.5. So each panel is going to have these two pieces together, and they're going to be joined together. So I'm going to glue in between here and have the biscuits in here for alignment. I don't think it'll give it that much strength. So this whole thing will act as one panel. And by the time I joint and surface plane these pieces, it will basically look like one piece of wood. Right now, without jointing and making these two pieces flat on this surface that's going to be glued together, you can see there, you can kind of see a seam. And like I said, if I just if I didn't glue them together and just nailed in the joints, it doesn't look like much of a gap, but over time, with moist soil and everything, this seam will start to separate. So that is the plan. Producing one hell of a lot of dust. Forgot how much miter saws suck at dust collection. There's a bag at the back, but I'd say about 1/3 of the sawdust is on the outside. The irony is I have a dust collector, but it's honestly not going to make a difference with this. I've seen so many people try to improve the dust collection on miter saws, and short of setting up a big giant almost like umbrella behind here to catch all the dust, it makes no difference. I tried connecting the dust port directly to my shop vac, made no difference. This dust collector, even with an adapter on there, it's still not going to make a difference. So it sucks, but that's how miter saws are. Probably going to stop for the night because it's getting late, and I forgot initially to wear my respirator, so I've been sucking in sawdust, which really sucks. But that's how it is. I might do a couple more cuts, but I think after that. I'm not going to get through that pile tonight. That's what I've done so far. It'll all make sense as the video goes on.